Alrighty, guys. Yo, this show, this company, it's like they don't even know how to book a pay-per-view anymore. It's sad. It's really sad. Alright, it's hard for me to even come to on here and rant. Because legit, every single time I come on here and rant and talk and review this show, every time I say something positive about this show, it doesn't even matter. Negative, positive, they always find a way to mess up. Always. It's really ridiculous. And it's just sad to see the downfall of this company. Yes, WWE can say everything they want, saying they're making all the money in the world. They're making more money than they've ever had in the history of the company. They can say all this, that look at all the shows we're selling out. Look at our deals in Saudi Arabia. All this crap. But just look at the product. Look at the main roster. Look at the unhappiness of the superstars. Look at that as a standpoint. Look at how unhappy most of the superstars are with their contracts and how they don't want to be there. WWE throwing money, millions and millions of dollars to superstars that probably don't even deserve that much. But still, most of these superstars are saying no. No. Look how much money WWE is offering the Revival to stay with the company. And you think, most people would see that money and jump at that opportunity. Be able to go out and provide for their families, their loved ones. But are they really happy? Just because they're getting millions and millions of dollars? Are they really happy? Being on the road for 265 days a year. Doing house shows 4 to 5 days a week. And having to do live TV tapings. Spending over 2/3 of the year on the road instead of being at home with their loved ones. To not even be booked in good storylines. To be mostly booked like trash. That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day with Monday Night Raw. That's what it really comes down to at the end of the day with this show. This show is absolute garbage. This Sunday you have arguably the most important pay-per-view of the year outside of WrestleMania. Right? But let's be honest. How many people actually know that the Royal Rumble is actually this Sunday? Like, I'm actually being serious. How many of y'all actually know that the Royal Rumble is taking place this Sunday? I would not be surprised if there was a good 60% of you that didn't know that the Royal Rumble was this Sunday. The way they booked this show tonight. The booking decisions, instead of focusing on the Royal Rumble, you're giving us trash like Lana and Bobby Lashley going up against Rusev and freaking Liv Morgan to main event the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. Are you kidding me right now? Are we serious right now, people? Like, I really don't understand it. It really makes no sense in my mind. Like, for real. I'm sitting there setting up for this review, for the live review like we do every single week. And I'm also watching the match. The match starts at 10:54 with less than 6 minutes left in the show. They start the main event. Right? And you can see how rushed the match was. They absolutely had to rush through that match. The crowd didn't even give a damn. This match has nothing to do with the Royal Rumble. Alright? Nothing to do. And what? We're probably going to see this match again next week. Because Lana and Bobby Lashley won again. Lana and Bobby Lashley have now gotten it over on Rusev and Liv Morgan 3 times. 3 times. Other than the wedding segment, Rusev and Liv Morgan have done absolutely nothing in this battle against against Lana and Bobby Lashley. They've done absolutely nothing. And now they're going to continue this feud probably all the way to WrestleMania. And people just don't care. Because, can you honestly sit there and actually tell me you care about this feud? I like Liv Morgan. I like her new character. But you're putting her in a feud where no one gives a crap. No one gives a crap. Like, for real, I don't understand it. What goes through Paul Heyman, right? I thought Paul Heyman was a smart man. And I know Vince McMahon is the one making the executive decisions when it comes to this show. But still, does nobody have the balls or the guts to stand up to Vince McMahon and be like, we can't be ending our show like this? We can't. Like, you had a fantastic ladder match with Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas very early in the show. You couldn't tell me that could be the main event of tonight's show, right? That couldn't be the main event. That was legit the only thing other than the tag team title match that actually mattered on this show. Everything else didn't matter. nothing mattered outside of those 2 championship matches. You could have legit gone to the Royal Rumble, skipped Raw this Sunday, gone to the Royal Rumble, and not missed anything other than the new tag team champions in the ladder match, which was great between Rey and Andrade, which we'll go over here on the podcast. Legit, nothing else mattered on this show. Nothing else. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Nothing else here built towards the Royal Rumble. I'm excited for the Rumble just for the fact that it is the Royal Rumble. You know, I can't wait to do the live stream, have you guys in the chat. It's going to be a good time. Because usually the Royal Rumble does pretty well every single year. Alright, I'm going to give WWE just a little ounce of credit. Last year, if you go to almost any pay-per-view, most of the pay-per-views last year were actually pretty decent or good. Alright, I don't believe I'm saying that. Most of WWE's pay-per-views last year were pretty good. But the thing is, their booking, their weekly TV booking, Raw and SmackDown, the builds to all those shows were absolute garbage. Maybe outside of Survivor Series. But other than that, all the bookings, all the builds towards their major pay-per-views last year were all garbage. Thing is, the Royal Rumble is going to be good just for the sheer fact it is the Royal Rumble. You know, I'm excited. We have the men's Royal Rumble. We have the women's Royal Rumble. We really don't know who's going to win those matches. For the women's Royal Rumble, I think the 3 favorites are either Ronda Rousey if she comes back. If it's not her, it's either going to be Shayna Baszler or Sasha Banks. All right? And on the men's side, we don't really know. Other than Roman Reigns, you know, you could see maybe Drew McIntyre winning. You could see potentially Randy Orton winning. It could be Edge if he returns. It could be John Cena if he returns. There's actually, you know, a decent amount of names that you could say who's going to win the Rumble. All right? My prediction, I'm going with Roman. I don't want to, but you can see the Roman agenda is back in full force. All right? Roman's most likely going to win the Royal Rumble. All right? He's going to be fed down our throats, and all of, you know, all the complainers, all the haters are going to come back. And they're going to, you know, they're going to have a right to come back because we're all going to believe in the same thing. You know, this show is garbage. Monday Night Raw is garbage. SmackDown is garbage. You know, the Rumble will probably be decent at best. But still, Roman's probably going to win the Rumble if it's not Cena. You know, Cena was one of the favorites, but now there's rumors saying Cena's not really interested in being in a championship feud when he comes back. He more just wants to put over, you know, main talent. And with SmackDown, I mean, with the woman, you know, I already told you the 3 people I have winning. You know, I believe it should be Sasha, no doubt. You know, I feel like that would help the story between Sasha and Bayley if you have Sasha win, you know. Shayna, I don't think she needs to win the Rumble to, you know, get a match with Becky. Same thing with Ronda. They could legit just walk in and challenge her, you know. But that's just my prediction. But we'll go over that on Wednesday when I do the preview and prediction show. But to be honest, this is garbage. Raw was garbage again tonight. This show was absolutely awful. You guys didn't miss anything. You didn't watch the show. I'm just being honest, man. And it's just really like, it's just like mind blowing. I know how bad Raw is on a week to week basis. You know, I put myself through the torture of watching it each and every week so I can give you guys the live review every single week because you guys love it. You guys love when I do this for you guys, and I'll continue doing it. But still, man, as bad as WWE is, it still boggles my mind that they can go week to week with this booking, week to week with this trash. Like, legit, how do you sit in a boardroom and actually decide on Lana and Bobby Lashley versus Rusev and Liv Morgan main eventing the go-home show to the Royal Rumble? Legit. Why? Another thing that doesn't make sense. Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy winning the Raw Tag Team Championships, right? Right? There's so many problems with that on one level. Seth doesn't deserve another championship run. How many tag team titles has he won with other partners? He won the tag team titles the first time with Roman Reigns, right? Then he won it again with Dean Ambrose, all right? Then he won it with Braun Strowman. Then now he's won it with Buddy Murphy. And here's the thing that doesn't make sense. You have a faction. Seth, Murphy, AOP, they're a faction. AOP is the actual tag team in the faction. It makes no sense that an actual tag team, AOP, they're an actual tag team. And they didn't win the tag team titles tonight? Why did Seth need the title? What? The way they should have done it is, you should have done something. If you really want to make this faction look dominant, you should have had AOP versus the Viking Raiders, because that's legit the only feud, the only fresh feud that you could actually give us between these 4 teams. That's the only, because there's only 4 teams in the Raw Tag Team division. That's the only fresh feud they have, because the Raw Tag Team division is absolutely awful. But instead, you decide to give the titles to Murphy and Rollins. I'm happy for Murphy because he finally gets a title on the main roster. But damn, you know what you should have done is you should have gave us AOP as new tag team champs. All right, and then you build up Buddy Murphy potentially to take the United States Championship. You know, and then Seth doesn't need a championship. He doesn't. We know we're not gonna have Seth versus Lesnar. Again, no one wants to see that. Lesnar and Seth doesn't deserve to be in a world title spot right now. Yes, his heel character has gotten better. I think the Messiah act is a little much, but he's gotten better as a heel these last couple weeks. You could definitely see he's much better in a heel role than a babyface role. But still, it makes no sense that Murphy and Rollins win the tag team gold over AOP. No sense, since AOP are an actual tag team. Rollins and Murphy, this was their first tag team match ever, and they win the tag team championships. How many times do we have to see random tag team pairings win gold? How many times? All right, Rollins and Murphy, Rollins and Strowman, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Need I go on? There's like 1,000 examples. It legit makes zero sense in my opinion. But no people won't mention it. People be like, oh yeah, Seth Rollins gets another tag team championship reign. He doesn't need it. And honestly, he doesn't deserve it either. What did they do to earn a tag team championship opportunity? Remember when I complained a couple weeks ago about that disgusting United States Championship gauntlet match? Do you guys remember when I was bitching and moaning about that? When you had Matt Hardy and R-Truth and Akira Tozawa, no names that did not deserve to be in that match at all. When jobbers who had been sitting and catering, getting a chance at the United States Championship, right? And even after that, you had that terrible ending with Andrade and Humberto ending in the disqualification when he took Humberto out by hitting the hammerlock DDT on the concrete, right? Then Rollins just goes backstage and he demands or he challenges Rey Mysterio to a United States Championship match. And then the next week, he has a United States Championship match, making the gauntlet match look absolutely pointless. Same thing happens tonight. Rollins just goes backstage with Buddy Murphy, and what does he do? He asks for a Raw Tag Team Championship opportunity. So now people can just ask for Tag Team Championship opportunities and just be like, here we go. Yeah, there you go. Rollins hasn't done anything to earn championship opportunity. Nothing. But yeah, he gets a Tag Team Championship opportunity, and he actually wins gold. Wow. Yeah. Here's the thing. Rollins is already credible enough on his own. Rollins is one of the top guys in the company. He does not need a Tag Team Championship to make himself relevant. It doesn't. Yes, it helps Buddy Murphy, but what about AOP? Doesn't make any sense. AOP's in that same faction with them. Are they... Wow, you don't think they're just standing there being like, we should be the Tag Team Champions? You don't think that's going on in their heads? Rollins and Murphy are a random tag team. They've never tagged with each other other than tonight. But no, none of y'all will mention that. Y'all just be happy that Rollins gets another accolade to put on his resume. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. How bad? The logic gaps make absolutely no sense with this company, man. But what do I know? I'm just a guy who sits on YouTube and rants all day. Legit. It doesn't matter what I say. I'm just retarded. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed that nice little 15-minute monologue rant I gave you guys. That I could legit end the review right there. Legit. Other than the United States and the Tag Team Championships, nothing else really mattered on this show. Nothing else mattered on the road to the Royal Rumble. You saw they main evented with that mixed tag team garbage. Now you can see where their priorities land. They rather put this stupid romance angle Alright? They'd rather have that be the main event to the go-home show of the Rumble. Have that match with 6 minutes left in the show rather than actually build towards the Royal Rumble. No, great stuff. Great stuff. Anyway, guys, yo, what up, everybody? It is your boy Fitzwong TV here, aka GLauren33. I want to welcome you guys back here to the Legit Shoot Podcast. Here with your Monday Night Raw review and results for January 20, 2020. Hope you guys had a great Martin Luther King Day. I know most of you guys didn't have school. I didn't have class today. I'm so great. Had a nice little day off. But now, you know, school is back. So I'm going to be a little bit busy. But I will still give you guys daily uploads like always. Alright. Couple of things before I'm going to try to make this a quick review. Because honestly, not a lot happened on this show. But still, it is still a very big week. Because it is the Royal Rumble week. Alright, the road to WrestleMania officially begins, and you know I will be covering right here on the Legit Shoot Podcast, right here on the channel all week long. Alright, we have the Monday Night Raw review, which you guys are watching here right now. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Alright, enable notifications, you know, because I'll be posting all week, and you guys do not want to miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter. You guys know I love to live tweet during the show. I love to talk to you guys, so make sure you guys follow me on Twitter for all of that. Alright, like I said, Monday Night Raw review, as you guys are watching right now. If you guys haven't checked out my SmackDown live review, that is live on the channel as always. But the rest of the week, you know, I'm going to continue to give you guys Dragon Ball Z Kakarot gameplay. You guys see I posted 3 new episodes of that earlier this afternoon. Wednesday we will be doing probably the Royal Rumble preview and prediction show. I'll go through the entire card, give you guys my thoughts on that, so make sure you guys watch out for that. I don't know, I might do it live or I might just upload it randomly. We'll see. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. Sunday is the big day. You guys know, Royal Rumble we'll be doing a live stream. Alright, live stream reacting to the entire show. I haven't done one since Hell in a Cell, alright, when we had Sasha versus Becky. So you guys know when it comes to the big pay-per-views, I love to give you guys the live reactions. So definitely, that's going to be a long stream, probably 3-4 hours, because I know the Rumble's going to be long. So definitely you guys want to be there for that. My pay-per-view reactions are pretty damn cool. You guys want to be there. And then also, Sunday night, right after the show goes off the air, I end the stream, and then we start up a new stream where we do a live Royal Rumble review. We'll go through the entire card, the Rumble matches, all that, discuss that, and see where this leads us as we start the road to WrestleMania. So make sure you guys watch out all for that. Alright, we're going to go through Raw tonight. Unfortunately, not a lot happened on this show. Like I said, let me just pull up the notes. Man, this show really sucked. Really sucked. Like I said, you may not even have known. You may have not even known that tonight was the go-home show for the Rumble, the way WWE booked this show. It legit makes 0 sense. 0 sense the way they've been booking these shows. Anyway, the show started off with Seth Rollins. He comes out with his gang, Seth Rollins and AOP. Buddy Murphy, you guys know, you guys remember last week, Buddy Murphy joined Seth and AOP, joined Rollins' destiny, as he was calling it. You know, now Rollins has a new WWE shirt with like a Jesus background with him, a picture of him as like the Messiah. I hate that shirt, to be honest. But Rollins comes out and he says, last week, at our lowest point where we were struggling against Big Show, Joe, and KO, when they were about to pull a fast one on us, you know, destiny came into play when Buddy Murphy was sent into our laps. Alright, and now Murphy has realized what I'm trying to do across WWE. He has realized that this is destiny. You know, following my will be the best for everybody. So Murphy gives Seth Rollins a hug. I couldn't care less about anything Rollins was saying during this promo. I was getting bored. You know, Rollins, when he's in the right situation, he can be very good on the mic. But most of the time, I'll say 85% of the time, I just don't give a shit. I really just don't give a shit what this guy is saying, you know, most of the time. It's just me being honest. It's just me being honest, man. I was legit falling asleep listening to the beginning of this promo. You know, but then KO and Samoa Joe came out. You know, I love seeing Samoa Joe and KO. Love them. They always bring the intensity no matter what they're doing. Joe is the same as a babyface and a heel. And basically, they discuss they didn't really say much. They basically said, "Oh, we're here to fight. We're ready to fight." And it looks like you're always making excuses, Seth. You know, but Seth was daring them to come down to the ring because it was a 4-on-2 scenario. And then Joe was like, "Don't worry, we got backup." And here in comes the Viking Raiders. All right, and at this point, I'm thinking, okay, This actually makes a little bit of sense. It makes a little bit of sense because the Viking Raiders and the AOP would get the class. All right, we thought, here we go. Viking Raiders have beaten everybody on Raw. There's only 4 teams in that division: AOP, the Raiders, the Street Profits, and the OC. And I'm like, this makes sense. A fresh feud, something that people can get behind, right? I was wrong. So basically, the Rollins runs away while AOP and Murphy basically take the finishers from Joe, KO, and the Viking Raiders. So basically after this, the babyfaces stand tall. Then backstage, we see Rollins and Murphy. Basically, Rollins makes a declaration. He challenges, says, me and Buddy Murphy challenge the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team titles tonight. And I already complained about this a couple minutes ago. Rollins has done legit nothing to earn a Raw Tag Team Championship opportunity. Absolutely nothing. He does waltz in backstage and he challenges for the gold. The Viking Raiders accept, of course, because, they're the babyface, they're fighting champions. But it legit makes no sense. It would have made 1,000 times more sense. Even though the AOP really haven't done anything to earn a Raw Tag Team title opportunity, the AOP are actually a, real team. They're a real team, and look at them. They have history with the Viking Raiders from NXT, right? And, they're the only real team in the tag team division that the Viking Raiders haven't beat. So, hey, it actually would make sense. But no, you give Rollins and Murphy, getting the opportunity, which they don't really deserve. They haven't done anything to earn the opportunity, but just because he's Seth Rollins, he can do whatever he wants, and he gets a Raw Tag Team Championship opportunity. Yeah, great sense, WWE. Great sense making that. So the match is confirmed, and we'll talk about that later on. Then, after that, we get Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas for the United States Championship in a ladder match, alright? And like I said, you should have made this match the main event, honestly. Because what we saw in the main event was absolute garbage. This was great. Anybody that's seen a Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas match knows it's going to be great. These two have fantastic chemistry in the ring together. There's nothing wrong with these two at all. They're great at what they do. Every match they have with each other, it's going to be a banger. It's going to be a classic. And this was one of their best performances. There was nothing special really in this match, but the table spots were the ladder spots were absolutely brutal, right? So at the end, Rey Mysterio hits Andrade with a 619. He climbs the ladder, right? But then Andrade wakes up and, he knocks Rey Mysterio off the ladder. But Rey was able to, keep 2 hands on the title, so he's dangling. Then Andrade pulls him down, but Rey did another reversal. Rey knocks Andrade outside of the ring to the floor. He climbs up the ladder again, but then Zelina Vega gets involved. Zelina gets involved and sees standing on top of the ladder, basically blocking Rey. You're not gonna hit me. You're not gonna do anything to me. It makes Rey look like a fucking idiot. Because this was the second week in a row, the second time in the United States Championship opportunity that Rey Mysterio had his hands on the gold. He legit had the win in sight. And he let, his pride and not wanting, to touch Zelina Vega and disrespect women get in the way. And it cost him the United States Championship not one, but now twice. Alright, twice. That distraction by Zelina Vega allowed Andrade to get back in the ring. And then there was a ladder bridge between the ladder facing up towards the belt and the middle ring rope. Andrade climbs the ladder, and then he actually hits a devastating, an absolute brutal hammerlock DDT that sends Rey through the ladder. It actually looked, because the ladder looked mispositioned, so Andrade, he hit his neck really, really hard. I was actually pretty concerned for Andrade's safety. Hopefully he didn't break anything, but Andrade was able to finish the match. Right after that, Ray was knocked out cold, and he goes out up to the ladder and grabs the championship. So that is that. In my opinion, that should end the feud. That's ending the feud. This is Ray's second rematch for the title, and he has been able to get it done. And that he only has himself to blame. Yes, Zelina Vega, she can be annoying. She gets involved. It's like Andrade can't win any match without her help. But still, man, Ray looked like an idiot. He looked like an idiot, and he cost himself the United States Championship on 2 different occasions. After the match, Zelina Vega, she's taking out the ring rubber mats and exposes the concrete. What she wanted him to do is do the same thing that Andrade did to Humberto Carrillo a couple weeks back. Hit him with the hammerlock DDT and basically end him. Alright? But right before he can do that, we see a random man in a Mysterio mask and a Lucha mask show up. And I knew who it was even before that he appeared. I knew it was Humberto Carrillo. I knew it was. There was no way they were not going to continue this feud. Alright? Then Humberto was able to scare Andrade back up the ramp. And basically you can see that they're setting up for Humberto versus Ray, which I'm not surprised. I legit said this last week on the podcast that this was the direction they were going. Alright? I knew that Humberto was going to get involved in some way. Knew it. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. With that, even, it has to lead. This has to be leading to Humberto finally or eventually becoming United States Champion. Alright? I feel like that's where this is going. There's really no other way for this thing to go if we're being honest about it. There's really no other way for this to go. Alright? But yeah, that's basically the way that segment goes. Give me a second. Oh, man. After that debacle, which made no sense. I'm actually supposed to care that Humberto's gonna become champion eventually. Yeah, sure. After that, we have Aleister Black versus a random. He faces a jobber. The match didn't even last 10 seconds. The guy comes running at Aleister Black, hits him with the black mask, and he wins. You tell me there's nothing better for Aleister Black right now? Really? You have nothing better for this guy? Nothing. After the classics he put on with Buddy Murphy, he won 3 matches against Buddy Murphy in a row. But Murphy actually, after losing all those matches, it didn't do anything to him. Buddy Murphy won the Raw Tag Team Championship tonight with Seth Rollins. What did Aleister Black get out of this? Just going back to facing local competition? Are you kidding me? Please. It's time to build up Aleister Black. I would much rather have Aleister Black take the United States title from Andrade than Humberto. I really would, be honest. I don't care about Humberto that much. No one popped when Humberto came back tonight because people still don't really know what he is. Aleister Black is a beast. It's a legit beast. They should highly consider bringing him back. Alright. Yeah, but basically that's that. Aleister Black wins in less than 10 seconds. I think it was like 7 to 8 seconds. Ridiculous. Alright. Next up, Brock Lesnar appears. I didn't even know Lesnar was appearing tonight. I'm surprised why he showed up. Why would he? It legit makes no sense in my opinion. Come on. Oh, man. And they buried Ricochet tonight. Oh, man. You guys thought it was bad for Ricochet before. It got 1,000 times worse tonight. So basically, Paul Heyman comes out. He's wearing this nice little plaid suit. And he basically starts talking about how he's going to be, or how Lesnar's going to, make the spoiler come true again and defeat everybody at the Royal Rumble. Alright? Basically, that's what he says. That's the gist of what he says. The guy was going on for a while. But then basically he said something like, I dare somebody from that locker room to come up here to challenge Brock Lesnar. And guess who comes up? It's not John Cena. It's not Edge. It's not even Roman making a surprise cameo from SmackDown. It's not even The Fiend. It's freaking... Oh my gosh, can't believe I'm saying it. It's freaking Ricochet. Ricochet, of all people, is really coming out to challenge this dude? Like, it legit makes zero sense in my opinion. Zero sense. The second Ricochet's music hit, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, there's, like, in what situation was this supposed to have Ricochet? One of the best performers in the entire company. One of the best when he was back down in NXT. You bring him up to the main roster, and you absolutely torture him. The guy does not seem the way he was before. Not at all. Alright. Like, it legit makes no sense in my opinion. It's getting so bad that I'm getting tired just trying to record this review. Honestly. Like they send Ricochet out there and he starts talking about superheroes and you know how this is an opportunity for him to punch his ticket to WrestleMania. It's not like it's something like we haven't seen 1,000 times before. Like, how many times have we seen this? Out of all the people you could have sent out there for Brock Lesnar, right? I would have been fine with a Randy Orton, an AJ Styles, a Drew McIntyre, an Aleister Black, a Matt Riddle, a Keith Lee, anybody. But you chose Ricochet, who's been buried on WWE TV for well over a year. I don't get it. I really don't. It makes zero sense. Zero sense. Alright? Well, what did WWE think this was supposed to help Ricochet by having him interact with Brock Lesnar? It did nothing. It buried Ricochet even more. It's so sad to see where Ricochet was when he was in NXT, how he was when he first came to the main roster, and how far he's fallen. It's a tragedy. Somebody like him. How long till he ends up in 205 Live? It's coming, guys. He's going to end up in 205 Live. You know, Vince is going to give him a worse gimmick than he has now. And they're going to ask him back. Like, legit. It legit makes zero sense to me. Like, it makes zero sense to me. At all. This did nothing to Ricochet. This was more embarrassing than anything for Ricochet. So basically, as Brock, you know, Paul Heyman's laughing, I'm laughing, everyone's laughing, because everyone knows this dude has no chance. This is a dumb investment for him. Instead, Ricochet trying to act all tough, like, oh man, nah, I got this. I'm not scared to be in the ring with you. Alright? So basically, Lesnar leaves the ring. Like, it legit makes zero sense in my eyes. Like, legit makes zero sense in my opinion. I'm like, legit. Okay, let's see, Junior, what you said. This week has been amazing. I finally got Wi-Fi again and cable. Enjoyed it. Ate some Taco Bell. What's so funny nice? See, if anybody needs to know what Monday Night Raw does to people, just look at what Junior put in the chat. That's legit everybody. That's legit everybody. I'm legit falling asleep on this review because this show is that garbage. I legit do not want to be sitting here. It's that bad. It's really that bad. So, Lesnar and Heyman, they're leaving the ring. They're like, we're done with this. Like, we don't got time for this, right? Ricochet, like an idiot, instead, you know, because nothing Ricochet said in his entire pay-per-view, you know, promo did anything for him. So instead, Ricochet, like an idiot, unless you're scared, get back in the ring. So Lesnar looks at him like, what's with this guy? Alright? What's with this guy? So basically... Like, it legit makes zero sense. Oh my god. So basically, Lesnar comes back in the ring. He kicks Ricochet in the balls. Ricochet's done. Done. Just done. He falls flat. Dead. You know, I'm just like, yeah, that's what you get, you stupid ass. This is the best WWE can book for you. Really. Freaking Ricochet. This is the best they can book with for him. Alright? And then Lesnar picked up the mic and he says, not scared. Savage Lesnar. Savage Lesnar. Like, it's 0 cents. Like, they made Ricochet look like an absolute blithering idiot. Ricochet looks more like a jobber than anything. Yeah, I'm glad the Lakers lost tonight. I'm a Celtics fan. Celtics are nice. Alright, I'm glad LeBron got dunked on by Jaylen Brown Jr. But man, back to the show itself, freaking man, it feels so bad for Ricochet. So bad. You know, had some high hopes for him coming into the year, but man, already being buried tonight. You don't come back from that. You don't. Next up, we had a very good match, actually. We had a very good match between Drew McIntyre and the Viper, Randy Keith Orton. This was the setup who's going to have momentum. Like, it legit makes 0 sense to me. Oh my gosh. So I think it's pretty clear that now that Drew McIntyre is a babyface, I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. I think I'm pretty confident that we can say that Drew McIntyre is in fact a babyface. And you know, he had a match tonight with Randy Orton. Not surprised that we got this match. All right, but it was hard hitting. It was hard hitting. I knew where the ending was. I knew the ending was gonna be like that just because. But, you know, Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre didn't hold much back. They didn't hold much back from each other. In the end, McIntyre went for a Claymore kick, but ran right straight into a body. Like, legit. At the end of the match, the OC and AJ Styles get involved, which I wasn't surprised at all. I knew that was going to happen because, here we go, Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. If Drew McIntyre is, you know, in fact a babyface now, right? You're not going to have Drew McIntyre lose. He's been on a huge winning streak. Plus, he's a babyface going to the Royal Rumble. You're going to want him to look as dominating as possible. As dominating as possible. Yeah, Junior, you know, we don't know. We'll wait on Tom Brady. When we find out about Tom Brady, we'll find out about Tom Brady. That's not getting decided anytime soon. Probably. But let me check to make sure. Anyway, but yeah, you're not gonna have Drew McIntyre lose, especially he just turned babyface, right? And Randy Orton, you're not gonna have Randy Orton lose either, especially going through Royal Rumble. You want these two to have momentum. You know, they could be the final four. You know what I mean? So they don't. So instead, they have the OC. I agree with you on that, Junior. I agree with you on that. But you know, the OC come down, they interfere, and that's that really. The match ends in disqualification. But Drew hits, I think it was Gallows with a Claymore, and Randy hits Anderson with a couple chair shots. That's about it. Styles just ran out of the ring before then. All right. So then after this, Orton and Drew McIntyre, they're staring each other down in the ring. And it looks like, you know, they're going to come to a kind of truce, both being baby faces. But Randy Orton, you already know what Orton did. He waited until McIntyre's back would turn, and he hit him with an RKO out of nowhere. As Orton was walking up to the stage, Drew McIntyre grabbed the mic, and he basically said, Randy, I promise you this, that will never happen again. I swear, I hope that we're in the Royal Rumble together. Because I can hit you with a Claymore kick that's going to be right where you can see it coming. Then I'm going to eliminate you, win the Rumble, and go finally main event WrestleMania and get my championship match. I think there's a chance we could be getting Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I legit think so. The way I'm thinking, it's John Cena is not gonna win the Rumble. If Cena is, actually doesn't want to get that 17 title reign, if he really doesn't want to get it, I think WWE's looking at names. It may be Drew McIntyre or Roman Reigns. If Cena's in the Rumble, I think the final three will be Cena, McIntyre, and Reigns. I think McIntyre tonight, after tonight, I think a lot of people, are gonna pick him as, the fan favorite. Whoever, or if that doesn't happen, if Roman's actually gonna win the Rumble, they'll probably have McIntyre eliminate Lesnar, and that will set up Lesnar versus McIntyre for WrestleMania. That's what I think. There's no chance King Corbin's winning the Rumble. No one wants to see. King Corbin doesn't even deserve to be on the WrestleMania card. All right, the guy should be on the pre-show in the Battle Royal. Get the hell out of here with that nonsense. But yeah, I think that's the way they're setting up for one of those three to win the Rumble. All right, Reigns, McIntyre, Cena. If we're talking about the men's side, women's side, either Sasha, Ronda, or Shayna. In my opinion, Charlotte's not winning the Rumble. No chance. Anyway, next up we have Becky Lynch versus Kairi Sane. It was good to see Kairi Sane back in the ring. We haven't seen Kairi Sane since her concussion at TLC, so it was good to see her back tonight. Honestly, even though this Becky Lynch and Kairi Sane match was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, if we're being honest. This was actually the first time since I think either early December or end of November that Becky Lynch wrestled a match on Monday Night Raw. The last 4 weeks, she's been doing promos, backstage interviews about Asuka. Right? This was actually her first match in basically 2 months on Monday Night Raw. But no, none of y'all will mention that, right? Yes, I can understand. You don't need your champions wrestling every single week. But when you go nearly 2 months without wrestling, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that nonsense. All right? I complained about it for years with Alexa Bliss, when she would go weeks without wrestling when she was champion, being shoved down our throats. All right? Ronda Rousey, she wrestled most weeks, or actually. So don't give me that bull crap. Don't give me that bull crap. Junior, stop. All right? LeBron's gonna lose to the Clippers. Please, that's already set in stone. Unless the Clippers get eliminated early. That's the only way LeBron's getting to the finals, if the Clippers are eliminated. Anyway, all right. I'm just being honest about Becky, man. I'm just being honest. People won't mention because they love Becky. Becky's great, and I love Becky too. She's nowhere close to Sasha Banks' level, but I like Becky. But still, I'm not gonna sit here and ignore the fact that she barely wrestles. Most weeks she's doing backstage interviews or doing stuff outside the company. No. She's been Raw Women's Champion now for nearly 10 months. And, most of that reign has been very disappointing. Very disappointing outside of what she did with Sasha Banks. Now they're building her back up with the Asuka feud. But other than that, it's been a disappointing reign as champ for her, to be honest. All right? But, I think Becky versus Asuka is going to be amazing. It will probably be the best singles match of the night at the Rumble. But Becky's going to win. I think that's already set in stone. If Asuka wins, I'll be absolutely shocked. I'll be happy because Becky has become very stale as Raw Women's Champion. Even though this feud with Asuka is great, she's become stale. All right? 76ers are overrated this year. Look, they're like 7 in the East, Junior. Get out of here with that. But that's my thoughts on that. But this match was actually sloppy as hell. Very sloppy between Becky and Kairi. I don't know if Kairi's still recovering from the concussion. I know Kairi has not been doing live events in the last month. But this was a very sloppy match. But either way, I knew the way the match was gonna end. I don't think they were gonna have Kairi Sane be beat. I feel like people would have criticized that a whole bunch because of what happened at the TLC. But there was no way Becky's going to lose, especially with her match being this Sunday. But anyway, after the match, Asuka gets involved. Well, Asuka actually interferes in the match, causing a disqualification. That's how the match ends. And then she attacks Becky, hits her with a kick, hits her with a couple more, hits her with a kick, puts her in the Asuka lock for a couple seconds, and then she's just taunting Becky. All right, Asuka has almost all the momentum in this feud, but you know Becky's still gonna win this Sunday. I think we all know this. All right, and either Ronda or Shayna's gonna be our opponent at Mania. After this, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match. I didn't watch the match. You know, I did watch the ending. I already ranted on this at the beginning of the show. Murphy and Rollins win the Raw Tag Team Championships. It should have been AOP. It makes no sense. Rollins did not need a championship victory. Alright? Congrats for Buddy Murphy, but Rollins did not need another tag team victory. This is like the third tag team title reign he's had with a random partner. You know, Ambrose, Reigns, Murphy, Strowman. Like, come on. And AOP is in your faction. It legit makes no sense. I would have had almost no problem. No problem if AOP won this. No problem at all. It makes zero sense that Rollins and Murphy won this match. You're really going to tell me that AOP is not going to be a little jealous, a little envious of the fact that they're actually a real tag team and they didn't win the Raw Tag Team titles, but Rollins and Murphy, who have never tagged together before, probably never been in the ring together before tonight's show, but they win the tag team titles on their first opportunity. It makes zero sense. Zero sense. All right? Lil Fettuccine, favorite years of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I would say 97. I think Stone Cold won it that year. I love that one. The one that set up Stone Cold's that was the one that's the start of Stone Cold's run in WWE. Alright? Because most years WWE gets it wrong with the Royal Rumble's winners. But they got it right that year. Alright? That was the year when Stone Cold was still transitioning into a babyface. But he won the Royal Rumble. I think he was still feuding with the Hart Dynasty. Then they sent him after Shawn Michaels, Mike Tyson, and DX. And that's when the Austin era began. We all know that. But yeah, that's what I would say on that. It was either 90. I think it was 98 actually. Either way, yeah, the year when Austin won his first Rumble. Anyway, we had the Street Profits. You know, the Street Profits do that little news segment backstage where they talk about all the rumors going along with WWE. Remember when the Street Profits used to be actually cool in WWE? Yeah, NXT. That was the last time the Street Profits used to be cool. These Street Profits are not cool. All right, they're watered down. They're heavily watered down versions of the Street Profits from NXT. You know, it makes me sick to my stomach. You know, you tell me the Street Profits have no problem with Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins, another random tag team pairing, winning the Raw Tag Team titles. I watched my anime subbed. Anyway, we had Eric Rowan versus Buddy Murphy. All right. No, I mean not Buddy Murphy. We had Eric Rowan versus Matt Hardy. Vince McMahon thinks he's pushing Eric Rowan by putting him in the same jobbing match every single week with that stupid cage. All right. Yeah, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy gets jobbed to Eric Rowan in less than 2 minutes. Yeah, this is the best you have for Matt Hardy. One of the best of all time. I know he does have Jeff Hardy so they can be a tag team, but this is absolutely disgusting the way they're treating Matt Hardy. He's a legend. He's a legend. All right. Makes no sense to me. No sense to me why they're doing the Matt Hardy. I can't wait for Matt's contract to be up so he can actually end his career right in AEW. You know, I'm not saying Matt Hardy should be in any like world championship feuds, but the guy is so much more valuable than being jobbed out to Eric fucking Rowan in 2 minutes. Please get it. Like it's so disrespectful, so disrespectful. You know, when WWE loses Matt Hardy to AEW in a couple months when his contract's finally up, they I hope they're not mad, because you know, if Matt Hardy re-signed with this company, I would be absolutely appalled. Like Kalisto, I heard this weekend that Kalisto re-signed with WWE. Yeah, I have no more respect for that guy. All right, no more respect for him. And last but not least, we had the mixed tag team match. I think that was the last thing. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. There was a stupid backstage segment with what's his name? Who's the 24/7 champion? Mojo Rawley. I don't even know his name. That's how much I don't give a crap about him. Mojo Rawley, new 24/7 champion. The Singh brothers tried to attack him. He was able to fight off the 2-on-1 attack. So, that's whatever. Like, I care about Mojo Rawley as 24/7 champion. Put the title back on R-Truth. Honestly, why do I even care? But to end the show, we had Lana and Lashley versus Rusev and Liv Morgan. I actually like Liv Morgan's new attire. I like her new character. I just wish she wasn't in this disgusting feud with Lana and Lashley. Lana does another disgusting promo before the match. I muted the TV. Then they started this match with legit at 10:54, with less than 6 minutes left in the show. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. They rushed through this match so fast. It was ridiculous how fast they rushed through this match. Alright, but basically Rusev had the advantage. He was about to end it, but then right as he was going for the monster kick, Lana grabs Rusev's leg. Then Rusev fights it off, but then he runs straight to a spear by Bobby Lashley. 1, 2, 3, they get the win. So they're continuing this garbage feud. Alright, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a rematch on the pre-show to the Rumble. But I'm telling you, man, this feud's going all the way to WrestleMania. I don't even know, like, how. The fact that this, like I said, the fact that this main evented the go-home show to the Royal Rumble is absolutely appalling to me. Appalling. Makes zero sense. Alright? But, it's Vince McMahon's company. When you see Raw get disgusting ratings, Raw should honestly get a 1.8 rating this week. It doesn't deserve to get over 2 million viewers today. That's how bad this show was. But anyway, that's about it. That's Raw. Like, I didn't even make it an hour. Usually my Raw reviews go almost an hour and a half. That you can see why. We basically covered the show in like less than 40 minutes, other than my monologue at the beginning of the show. But really, guys, that's about it. That's really about it. Nothing outside of this. The Raw Tag Team title change and the United States Championship match mattered on this show, to be honest. They barely built towards the Rumble. I would not be surprised if you didn't even know that the Royal Rumble was this Sunday. I would not be surprised, and I wouldn't hold it against you. Alright? But other than that, guys, that's about all I got for you guys today. I want to thank you guys for joining me right here on the Legit Shoot podcast. This is remember, on Wednesday, most likely, Wednesday, we're going to have the preview and prediction show for the Rumble itself. Friday, we'll have our SmackDown review, and we'll have our normal upload schedule with all the other stuff I do here. Actually, I believe in you, Junior. The 07 Rumble was a great finish. With HBK and Undertaker at the end, that gives me vibes. But yeah, I'll be back here on Wednesday for the Royal Rumble preview and prediction show. I don't know if I'm gonna do it live, but it'll either be uploaded or live. We'll see, depends on how I'm feeling. Then Friday, the SmackDown review. Sunday, live stream reaction. And then the live review right after the Royal Rumble goes off the air. So hopefully I see you guys for all that. Make sure to share these videos out. Let's get new people here on the channel. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Enable notifications by clicking the bell next to my name, Fitzwin TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Also, go in the description down below. Follow me on social media. Thank you guys for joining me right here tonight. Hope you guys have a great night. Happy MLK Day to everyone. I'll see you guys later. Peace.